Alrighty, it's that time of the week again. We are back in the 414 offices, which was last week I referred to it as the pod cave. Today I'm going to refer to it as the pod. Have I got anything, Pat?
I don't know.
I had one. I was thinking of it before. It literally fell out of my head. Anyway, we're back in the pod cave. We're here. We're ready to go. And we've got some bad news for all those fans of Martin Evans out there. He's out doing real estate work. He's out in the field. He's trying to make a sale. So currently it's just me and Patrick Berry here at the mics.
Yeah, I'm not liking his dedication, to be honest. You'd think the podcast comes first, then selling houses, but apparently it's not the case. Apparently we're actually supposed to sell the houses.
If it was any other agent, I'd say like they'd just be like, it's not really a thing. They wouldn't matter. But Martin, I just know that he would be racing back. Like if he had the opportunity, and when he listens to this, he'll know that he'll be racing back, and he'll just be so upset that we've finished recording the moment
he walks in the door.
Yeah. So look, he's out making some money for the company, and he's trying to get everything rigid. Wasn't he really close to? You guys have some competition, or you have your scoreboards up on the wall. Wasn't he really close to getting an extra sale, and he was trying to hold it over for the month? Or
yeah, so obviously we have targets each month that we aim for.
That's it.
And he had one last week that could have been in the book last month, but accidentally it didn't get signed off to the next day, which meant it was the first contract for this month. Great start, obviously, but that does put him at the top of the leaderboard at the moment because he has added a couple more this week as well, which is great. But yeah, I feel like he could have really squeezed that other one in last month.
Well, look, a contract's a contract, so
exactly. And if it's on the 31st or the 1st, it doesn't really matter as long as we're getting them sold.
Indeedy doody. So give us a rundown on what you've been doing this week, Pat.
Yeah, it's been a good week actually. So I listed 3 this week and sold 1 this week. So not too bad. Happy with that. The 3 that we listed, a nice little block of land. I think I was talking about it last week out at Pontville. So that's now up and running, which is really good.
That's a nice block as well. The kind of really flat and got that long driveway that's already in place.
Yeah, so it's just over 5,500 square metres. It's going to be fully fenced when it settles. Internal driveway already done, fully out of concrete, so a lot of the expense there is already finished, which is fantastic.
And all the homes around it looked really nice, like they were really modern and sharp. So.
Yeah, it's like the real like rigid fancy area of Pontville where it's all the modern, new like designed homes with the timber finishes, and it
was really nice. When I went out there to take the photos, I was quite shocked. I got a bit lost actually when I had to call you up and, are you sure there's a concrete driveway there? Yeah, mate, I know it's there.
Yeah, that's it, mate. On top of that, another one out of Brighton, out at Harris Road, which they're finishing up a few bits of reno work this week and over the early next week. So towards the end of next week, that one should be ready to go.
Yeah, cool.
So that one's a 3-bedroom home, big, giant entertaining area on the back undercover.
Yep.
A couple of really good sized sheds and a nice amount of land as well. Can't remember the exact size. I think it's about 2.5 acres, if somewhere around that sort of size. Cool. So, yeah, just enough to have a bit of a play area for you to sort of with your toys and your bits and pieces.
Yeah, without having too much maintenance and upkeep, you can kind of enjoy yourself without going too wild.
And the last one was actually a listing that we managed to get and sell before it even hit the internet. So coming back to that database aspect.
I was thinking about this before. I was like, I'm going to bring it up because we've mentioned it a few times and I didn't really understand how it worked previously. But I was thinking, if this one's never made it to the net, like it was hot business there for a few days where every agent in the building was chasing the keys and trying to show it before any advertising went together.
Yeah, that's correct. So this little one that we had in Chigwell, nice little family home. Just you walked in and it was immaculate. You went there today to do some photos at it.
Well, I did get some backup photos just in case the contract falls through, but it's stunning.
Yeah. So look, it's all original, but it's just one of those homes that's really clean, tidy, well presented. And got the go ahead to start showing people through last Friday. Over the course of the week, I think we ended up showing 6 groups through between all of us. And from there, we ended up with 2 contracts and both duking it out, trying to get a winner. And one's walked away as the successful seller. So it is officially never been on realestate.com, but it has sold. And it's just from us working our database and knowing what type of buyers would be interested in the property.
Yes, it's quite amazing that the database is deep enough that you can kind of just no photos, so no one knew what it was, but you could just describe it to these people and say I've got this idea, do a drive-by if you want to.
Do a drive-by, have a look on Google Maps. If you like what you see from the street, give us a yell and we'll get you in. And when you build rapport with obviously your clients as you work with them as the time goes on, they sort of know that you know what they're after.
Yeah, sure.
Like you might have shown them a few properties, and so they get
you get a feel for what they like and
what
the
they
things they don't like.
Yeah, so then when we ring them and say, look, we have this place, we think it ticks a lot of boxes for you, you get a better response from them, and they're more willing to go have a look at something just off the street. And they're more willing to commit to an inspection without actually seeing inside the property because they already know that we know what they're after. I guess,
You've got that inbuilt trust. Yeah, I know what you're saying. You're saying that they respect your view and know that you're not going to give them a bum steer just because you're chasing a sale.
Yeah, and not wasting their time, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly, which comes with building rapport and actually having a knowledge of your database.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. Look, so that's, I guess, my wrap from a sales perspective. It's been constant.
Yep.
On top of that, we've just been playing around with a few little other bits and pieces. We had a fun week on Wednesday morning.
Yeah, so we've got the other podcast. So if you're listening to this one, you may be aware of the other podcast we do, the Property Pod, with John McGregor from First National Real Estate. We did our first phone hookup, which was quite daunting and scary, but really, really fun. And Sarah Bell from Air, who we spoke to, is right up Pat's alley. She's a artificial intelligence expert, or the mother of an artificial intelligent robot.
Yeah, so that was really fun, talking all things robot, from Google Home right through to how robots do day-to-day stuff for us and we don't even technically realise it.
Just thinking now, have we ever seen Sarah in person?
I've never met her in person, no.
Could she be an AI robot?
Well, bloody, who knows?
Just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so that particular episode is actually due to go live next Thursday. So, yeah, if you haven't heard it, don't stress. It's not actually out in the public space, but I think it's going live 9 a.m. next Thursday morning.
9 a.m. Thursday morning, yep, that's scheduled in. So
get ready on all your podcasts because at 9:01 it'll be there to listen to, which would be good.
It was really fun. It was different and difficult in the way that when we're sitting here talking, we can kind of use eye contact and read body language, but over the phone, like I've never done anything.
Yeah, so getting her to know that there's a queue that we want to jump in with a question was a little bit challenging.
Yeah, especially with motor mouths like me and John. Yeah. I was like, do I bring up the Terminator or do I bring up the Matrix or any of these kind of crazy movie references that I really like? Or like we had to be professional, which we tried to be, but she brought up a Terminator reference, which I really liked.
Yeah, so listen out for that because it got the boys really excited.
Well, speaking of technology, you also were helping the girls in property management upgrade their tech.
Yeah, that's right. So this week we rebuilt the entire property management department's computer equipment. Now all running Surfaces, so Microsoft Surface computers, so they can obviously meet with tenants outside of their desk, sign leases on the screens using the Surface pens, trying to create that more digital, less paper aspect. Yeah,
we brought this up the other week and you were just discussing with me over the desk before that you've got a 5-year aim to minimise all the paper use.
Yeah, 95% paperless in 5 years' time is our goal.
Yeah.
I know we do a lot of printing here, so it's not going to be an easy feat, but we're working on methods to minimise that.
No, it's a really cool goal to have. It's like not only great for the environment, but it'll save you some money and it's kind of something to try and achieve. Whether you get there or not, we'll find out in 5 years' time.
And that's exactly right. And we're also setting up a lot of our desks now. So the property management department's the first one to be set up this way, where we're actually building everyone more like a hot seat type setup. So Abby can now sit with her service computer at any of the property management desks and connect straight into the dock with the screens and the keyboards and everything and use that setup.
Oh, so she doesn't have like a specific space per se, like this is my spot. You can go...
There's basically 4 desks
and you can sit
and the rental girls can sit at anyone that's free.
Yep.
So basically, I'm pretty confident they'll all gravitate back to their same desk every day, but technically the way we are now setting up our office, and we've started with rentals because it's a smaller division, but we will work with sales as well as time goes on, that people would be able to technically share desk space because they can just disconnect their Surface computer,
slot it into another
and away they go.
Yeah. I guess if you've got working in conjunction with someone, you can just be kind of closer to each other. And
that's it. And so it also means like, so here in our sales department, we have 8 desks that are here.
Yep.
So technically we can have 8 sales consultants, but realistically, most sales consultants are only in the office 50% or less of the day.
Yeah.
So we really could probably run anywhere up to 10 or 12 agents from those desks using the same technology and the same systems the way we're set up.
Yeah, sure. You're sharing the spaces, kind of like such and such will be here in the morning, whereas another agent will be here
in the Arvo.
Yeah,
and you can just jump on whatever desk is free. And then obviously the add-on to that is by some weird fluke is everyone's in the office. we've got a very collaborative space out the front with big giant board tables and coffee sort of set up out the front. So
worst case scenario is we can just run up to the coffee shop and hang out there while they're working.
Yeah, so there's nothing stopping you from sort of sitting down anywhere and just starting your work, but we're just going to set up everyone on sort of hotspot sort of arrangements with desks. And I think that'll be good in the future.
Yeah, no, it sounds really exciting. It's kind of, I guess, a hangover from the school days where, you get to school and you've got your allocated spot and you sit there and you do all your things. It's kind of a bit more open to the modern way of thinking and being a bit more flexible.
Yeah, and that's it. And that's what we're trying to do is it's all part of this paperless aspect. We have these setups and this technology with pens that can write on the computer screen, stuff like that. It just means that we can do more with the computers and require less to be printed out. So,
geez, I wonder how the geriatric's going to go. The old... Yeah, he's actually getting really cranky with his email today. This is Marty again. Sorry, mate. While you're not here, you're copping a pretty rough deal, but geez, you're funny to hear yell at the computer.
That's it.
Luckily, me and Pat have a little divider between the desks that we do use at the moment, and I'll often slink down and just kind of have a little chuckle and point, and eventually we'll come and help.
Yeah, but he gets there in the end.
He does. Slow and steady wins the race.
That's it. At least most of the work when it comes to selling is out talking to people, not using technology.
Very true. Very true. He's chosen wise in his new profession.
Yeah, so... on top of that, it's been a bit of a fun and sad week as well, though. We had Jasmine, who works with me and as PAs. Unfortunately, she's headed off for 3 months overseas, so that's going to be interesting.
Unfortunate for us, but it will broaden her horizons.
So if you are bored, Jazz, and you're missing us and you decide to listen to this, we are thinking of you.
Yeah, we'll try and maybe we can try and do a Jazz update every week. We'll get her
to text in
WhatsApp or something through a soundbite.
Yep.
And she can just tell us something ridiculous that she's learnt.
Yeah, that could be potentially fun.
I actually went into the property management room the other day and she was saying goodbye to everyone, and your wife said, "Oh, are you going to Italy?" "No, I'm not going to Italy. I am going to Rome, though."
And then I seconded and agreed with her, not realising myself what I was saying at the time.
Cricket. Where's that cricket button? That wasn't it.
And that was really loud.
Really loud, yeah. The sliders all the way up. I think that was your daughter playing with it before.
So whoever's listening in the car just then and their ears just got exploded. Apologies.
We might do some soft editing on that one.
Yeah, but
any open homes or anything for the weekend?
Actually, been a long weekend. We tend to find open homes don't get massive traction.
Yep,
a lot of people tend to go away, enjoy the weekends. So I'll be on call all weekend. So if someone wants to have a look at a property, by all means, I'll show them through. But haven't got actually any open homes scheduled this weekend. Going to just play it by ear and see what comes in over the next couple of days.
Yeah, nice. Anything planned that you up to?
No, not really. It's just going to just see what comes.
Yeah.
First weekend without any sort of kids activities. Soccer's off this week. BMX is off this week. So might go to just, go to the park with the kids, hang out, go for a bike ride maybe together.
Actually, didn't your daughter learn how to ride a bike today?
She did, which makes me nervous because if we do decide to do a family bike ride, she's going to want to ride hers, and that's not going to make it very far.
Add a few more hours to the trip.
Pretty much. But you're going away this weekend?
Yeah. Luckily, my partner's parents got us a trip to the Pump House Point.
Fancy.
Super excited to get there.
Yeah,
absolutely
that should be good.
Chomping at the bit.
So your Instagram feed will be going off with all fancy pictures and...
Yeah, I actually don't know if I'm allowed to take the drone up there or what kind of tech I'm allowed to have if it's a national park. Well, you know how you go to lots of places now and it'll...
be rules and regs of what you can and can't do.
So I don't really want to actually spoil the serenity of the surrounds with a drone, but it would be amazing. Like looking at the photos, just booking it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited. So
yeah, it should be a pretty cool spot, I reckon.
So yeah, we'll head up there. We might go via Lonnie to visit some of her family, but if not, we'll just cruise up there and have a really good time. And then I'm actually out all next week. Will you do the podcast next week?
I reckon we're probably going to have a week off.
You need the tech guy here to press all the buttons.
Pretty much.
Clearly, I don't know which buttons to press
based on earlier skill sets.
Yeah. But
yeah, look, I'm going to put it out there that it's probably not going to happen next week, but if it does, it'll be a little bonus for anyone that's out there.
That'd be exciting, yeah.
Yeah. Not that we can't obviously work the equipment. It's just...
You miss my sultry tones.
Must be what it is,
I reckon that'd be it.
I know all the listeners are from your family or...
Very true. Actually, the numbers are looking really good on both podcasts. So I think the property pod is starting to catch up on this one.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, this one's just ticking along really strong.
Yeah, it's been interesting to watch it grow, and now we are definitely getting listeners every single day, which is fantastic. You see obviously a bit of a spike when we put a new episode live. Obviously, for all you regular listeners, that helps our stats. However, it's nice to see that obviously it's getting out there and more people are starting to discover it exists because we're just getting that constant stream all week.
Yeah, no, and we kind of had a little reflection on the property pod this week and just kind of discussed how we're really enjoying doing it. It's been a really fun time to put it together, and this one's kind of fun because we get to have some beers and talk shop.
And every week it's different. The old man looks after us.
He does actually. The Fox Ferrell's the Hop Hog. Is it Hop Hog?
Yep, that's it.
Yeah,
that's
one's
what's on
very
today,
nice.
which is good.
And what did we have last week?
Bridge Road.
Oh, that was good as well.
Yeah, Bridge Road's Pale Ale.
Yeah,
That was a good one.
Bridge Road anywhere near Essendon?
No, it's country New South Wales. Country Victoria.
Damn it.
It's about a 2-hour drive.
Damn it. Just getting close to the end and I needed to slip one in. So pretty happy with that.
Tick.
Tick. I can sign off now. I'm happy.
Oh, I guess with that, we'll finish up.
Look, I'm happy. I've wrapped up my week. You've wrapped up yours.
No Marty here,
No
so it's a
Marty
bit of a
here.
quick week this week.
Exactly. Not as much yabbering and
Which is really funny because he's now walking in the door.
Hold on, we'll see if he walks
quick,
in.
he wants to get on
He's
the
actually
mic.
racing in to get on the mic. Let's turn it.
Let's have a quick chat with him.
Better put him on because hopefully he's back with good news.
This
Fine
is really
off, very
You
professional.
know what we really like, Marty? We were literally signing off as you walked up, and we thought we'll keep it going for a couple more minutes just to get a quick wrap from yourself.
Thank you, guys.
And we even,
much appreciated.
We even joked that you would race from the appointment that you're at to get back here just to get your voice on the pod.
That is exactly what I did. I was hoping to actually shout the beers this afternoon, and I ran out of time to grab.
He did tell me what the beers were, Pat.
Oh, the Essendon beers.
Yeah,
we know.
baby.
But we all know they're a bit stale since they were God knows when.
1984 when we crushed
thought-
Hawthorn.
I thought you were talking about the team's a bit stale at the moment. I hope not. So how'd you go out there? Tell us what happened out in the field.
It was a really good inspection. Big family, love the home. Not exactly sure whether it's. I think it might be a little bit above their price range, unfortunately.
Yep.
But hey, great contact for if one comes in a little bit under that price range. They're red hot.
So they're in the database now.
They will be.
We were just discussing.
They are. Yes.
Yes.
We were just discussing the importance of the database with the one we sold in Chigwell this week.
Yeah.
So
okay.
it's important that we work that database.
That's exactly right. We were all taking shots at showing people through from our database, and voila, sold.
Yeah, definitely. So anything else exciting this week, Marty? I think you got 2 sold this week, didn't you? Was Tottenham last week?
Yeah, Tottenham was. Well, this time last week I was negotiating it, but over the weekend we got it signed. So I suppose
2 this week.
Technically this week, and the block of land and a couple of appraisals.
Well, that's good.
And a lot of touching base with old appraisals and trying to see how they're going, and keeping the wheels moving on them. Yeah.
And that's it. You just keep working them, and if you keep building that rapport and trust with people, then at the end of the day, you should pick up the work.
That is exactly right. It's a fine line between stalking them and and just ringing them just to follow up and say, hey, how you going? But I manage that.
There's a TV series in there somewhere. That's a fine line.
It's a fine line we walk.
And do you have any open homes or anything this weekend?
I'm actually going back to Glenlee Road, Pontville, the one I've just come from tomorrow, to show it to a different group of people.
Yep.
No, apart from that, that's it. I'm actually, apart from that, the rest of the weekend is mine.
Well, it is a long weekend, and it's kind of one of those ones where people go away or people disappear. So it's a nice one just to cut back and relax.
Let's hope the weather's going to be okay too.
Fingers crossed on that one.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you're a nice, quick, easy wrap this week, Marty.
Oh, look, thanks for holding on for me. I really appreciate it.
Tell you what, another
Get my 2
30.
cents in.
Mate, if you'd have got one red light on the way back, you wouldn't have got in. So
It was 30 seconds touch and go, I reckon.
Well, there you go. Well, hopefully the speeding ticket isn't in the mail, because I did hammer it down here because I thought,
I told you he would. I knew he would.
It's Friday afternoon. I want to get my voice on this thing.
We'll just remember double demerit points, Marty, so just be careful on that old front.
Oh, on a long weekend. I'll be pretty right.
It wasn't really speed.
Always be responsible on the roads, guys.
That's exactly right.
All right, well, I guess we'll sign off then, Az.
Excellent. Thanks for that, guys. It was good to catch up.
Cheers.
See you guys.
See ya.
Have a good one.
414 Real Estate has been operating within the northern suburbs of Hobart since 2006. With their innovative approach to marketing and managing your property, they have all your property needs covered. Find out more by visiting them today at 414.com.au.